Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at a clip from somebody who says that they've been fat-shamed at Chipotle. It's always going down at the Chipotle, isn't it? I just can't wait for you to finish making that freaking burrito. Dude, hurry up. I need it now. We're also going to be taking a look at some bonus clips from this same creator. In order to properly wrap this burrito of an episode, we must first apply comb to mustache. Alright, Bethany, what'd it do?
I got fat shamed at Chipotle today.
Hi, so she's like, Well, it sounds like you're taking it all in stride, you know? It doesn't sound like it's really getting to you that much, right? You laughed about it. Was that not a genuine laugh, Bethany?
So I'm in line ordering my burrito bowl. We get to the end and the...
Burrito bowl? Dude, why are we ruining burritos? The best part about a burrito is that it's wrapped in a tortilla, and it's like a package. You know, it's all you need, all in one. You could have your fruit, your veg. Wait, no, don't put fruit in there. You could have your meat, your veg, and then the tortilla is the carb, man. It could be a perfect meal as long as it's made with quality ingredients, which, you know, I'm not going to say anything from Chipotle is or is not burrito bowl. So is there tortilla in that bowl too? What are we doing? Don't you dare ruin burritos, man.
Guy making the bowl throws a bunch of shredded lettuce on top, which I did not ask for shredded lettuce. I don't like shredded lettuce. That's one food that the texture and the taste and everything, I can't handle. It's a sensory thing for me.
What if the lettuce were not shredded and it was just like chilling there in its leaf form?
Can't do shredded lettuce. So it's super busy, which I totally understand. So he just grabs what he can and like takes it off, and he looks at me and goes, "Is that okay?" Well, there's still a ton of lettuce still like all stuck in there.
Oh, come on, man. Why are you being so nitpicky? You're gonna make him make a whole new burrito instead of just taking it out? There could have only been a couple pieces left in there. Come on. Come on. Is this or is this not Karen behavior? Let me know in the comments below. After you click the subscribe button, please, please, I need it. Sorry, that was very shameful and sad.
And again, I'm trying not to be a Karen or anything like that, but...
Okay, all right, you're self-aware. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that you're not a Karen then.
You know, I explained like, no, actually, like, I don't like lettuce on there. It's a sensory thing for me. I'm really sorry.
It's a sensory thing, okay? So you don't like the crunch of the lettuce. I actually do like a crunch in my stuff. Just for the purpose of there being a crunch. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of some leafy greens or some kind of sprouts or something crunchy like that. I do like it, personally.
And so he asked, "Do you want me to make another one for you?" And I said, "Yeah, that would be great." I was very polite, just, you know, completely understanding that it's busy, you know, let's move this along. The lady in line behind me then snorts, and I look at her, and she just kind of rolls her eyes and doesn't say anything.
She snorted. She was like, wow, that's a strange response. Lady, could you just make fun of me in an appropriate manner instead of snorting? You're confusing me.
So the guy very quickly remakes my burrito bowl, you know, does not put lettuce on it this time. It's perfect, everything. He gets to that lady and asks, you know, "What toppings do you want on yours?" And she says, "Well, I will take as much lettuce as you can because my bowl is going to be healthy."
All right, well, it sounds like the lady was a little deluded herself in thinking that shredded iceberg lettuce has any nutritional value. It's just water, man. And they just put it in there as filler. They put rice, beans, and as much lettuce as they can in everything because it's cheap and it's filler. That's honestly pretty funny that the lady thinks that she's going to Chipotle and not eating unhealthy because they put some shredded lettuce on top of her burrito or bowl or whatever the heck. Yes, atop this pile of garbage, could you put some shredded lettuce, please? Now I don't feel like I'm going off the rails. That's like when somebody goes to fast food and gets a bunch of burgers and fries and nuggets and all this type of stuff, and then they get a Diet Coke. What are you doing? What are you doing?
And I look at her and I go, "Excuse me?"
Did you? Did you really? Did you confront her? Come on, you didn't confront her. You looked at her out of the side of your eye like, I can't believe this chick.
And she goes, Well, I just, I don't mind lettuce because lettuce is healthy.
Right. Iceberg lettuce is about as healthy as drinking some water. You may as well just drink some water, right? I mean, there's nothing in it, dude. If this was like arugula, baby spinach, like the spring mix or whatever, sure, there's some health going on in there for sure. You got some micros in there, that's for dang sure. But iceberg lettuce, and she's eating a Chipotle, and she's acting like it's some kind of freaking health thing? They're making her burrito, and she's telling him what she wants. She's like, let me get the rice, the beans, the deep-fried pig anus, and as much pink mystery meat as you can fit in that thing. And by the way, put some shredded iceberg lettuce on top. Ding! Oh yes, I forgot how iceberg lettuce instantly transforms whatever kind of nasty garbage into health food.
Like, I'm not denying that lettuce is healthy. I didn't...
Well, you should have. You should have been like, dude, it's iceberg lettuce, dog. You're at a fast food restaurant chain. You think you're dunking on me by putting lettuce on there? You've done nothing. You've accomplished nothing, madam. And then you just start dropping elbows on her.
Say no lettuce because I'm trying to make the world's worst unhealthy burrito bowl here.
Dude, why are you having a burrito bowl anyway? The tortilla is the best part. I'm just going to come straight out and say it. I know that, I'm always talking smack about carbs, but dang it, a tortilla is delicious.
So I looked at her and I told her, not that it's any of your business, but I can't handle shredded lettuce. It's a texture thing and I don't like eating it.
All right, well, let me tell you what you should have done. You should have said, ma'am, that's all good and well, but what is that on your shirt? And then when she starts to look down, boom! Uppercut. And then when she's all crumpled up laying on the ground, you go over and dump a bunch of shredded lettuce on her. Be like, there, that should help revive you. Oh, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb.
I'm fine with lettuce in general.
But not the shredded one because of the texture. Okay, I got you.
And again, she just kind of scoffed and acted like, I was just the dumbest person ever.
Well, honestly, I think that the lady is kind of a little soft in the head herself for thinking that the shredded lettuce is redeeming a fast food meal. They also put shredded lettuce on top of a Big Mac. Does that make it a healthy meal now?
So anyway, I thanked the guy for remaking my burrito bowl, paid for my meal.
And then I farted loudly, and then I left. Left her a little stank trail to brighten up her day.
And went and sat down, and the lady, again, muttered something about lettuce as I was walking away.
She muttered something about lettuce? Oh my god, this lady is obsessed with lettuce. She thinks it's like a superfood or something. What the heck?
And I just ignored her. So, ma'am, if you happen to see this, I hope your lettuce got super wilty from the heat of your bowl and it just ruined the rest of your day.
Oh, well, we ain't gotta be wishing wilty lettuce on people, Bethany. Now you're going too far.
And let's all remember that people's food choices are no one else's business except the person that's eating it. Also, major shout out to the guy who was willing to remake my burrito bowl and totally understood that I didn't want lettuce on there. You're the real hero here.
Well, it's kind of his job. He kind of had to.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, so I agree. You shouldn't go around, bullying people about their food choices or anything. And you also shouldn't go around thinking that some shredded iceberg lettuce on the top of fast food is making it into some sort of healthy dish now. That's silliness. Let's take a look at the next clip. Alright, the caption reads, taking my wife to get her favorite food in the world. It's bread. And then at the bottom you can see it says, is it the fancy bread?
The fancy bread. It's right there. Go look at all the bread.
Look, I'm not taking away from this woman's experience. I'm so glad that she has a favorite farmer's market bread.
Farmer's market bread? I have never heard of such a thing.
But can you imagine if I made a video of me and my husband at the farmer's market and he surprises me by taking me to the booth of my favorite bakery?
I suppose I could imagine that scenario. I don't know why I would. When I see somebody doing anything that they enjoy, I don't automatically think, can you imagine if I did that? Man, people would hate it. That's really, really bizarre. The narcissism is seeping out of you.
And I freak out over getting as much bread as I want.
Well, she didn't freak out about getting as much bread as she wants. She just said that, like, yo, that's the fancy bread that I really like, and she got happy. She didn't go and then pour all the bread into a big pile and then start rolling around in it like a cat with catnip. That would be alarming.
And then proceed to eat this bread like it is the most amazing thing in the world.
She didn't do that part either. She just said, yo, there's that bread that I like. You're adding a bunch of stuff to this. And then if I started moaning when I was eating the bread, what would you guys think then? None of this has to do with your weight. It's the fact that you're doing all this bizarre stuff with the bread.
Do you honestly think the comment section would be like, oh my god, you're so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So you're making up these fantasy scenarios where, like, if a thin person does this, it's fine. But if I or somebody else who is larger does this, all of a sudden it's a problem. If someone else says that they love bread, everybody thinks it's cute and they have no problem with it. But when I pick up the bread and start rubbing it all over my body and moaning, all of a sudden it's weird. Double standards.
No, it wouldn't. I would have trolls all up in there.
This could be applied to a lot of different scenarios, you know, like, when this person does this, it's fine. But if I did it, it wouldn't be fine. You don't really know. You don't really know until you do.
This is an example of when fat people say thin privilege exists.
Buying bread at the farmer's market and nobody being like, hey, I don't think you need any more bread. That is thin privilege now, I see.
Because of this right here. Not trying to take away from the original, just putting my 2 cents in.
Not trying to take away from the original, just trying to make it all about me. For absolutely no reason. Yeah, right, that was amazing. Next!
Just a reminder, if a fat person says something is fatphobic, it's fatphobic.
Bruh.
What a bizarre take. If a fat person says something is fatphobic, then it is. No matter what. Even if this person thinks that everything is fatphobic, you just take them at face value because they are fat, so therefore they are the authority, right?
There's no discussion.
What? I'll discuss whatever I want, boss. What are you talking about?
It's fatphobic.
You say all kinds of wacky stuff is, quote, fatphobic, end quote. So what are you talking about? It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? When you go around calling everything fatphobic, there will come a point where people stop believing you. I'm reminded of the story of the boy who cried wolf. Every day, this boy would go into the village and tell everybody, hey, there's a wolf, there's a wolf. And they kept running up there to take care of the wolf or prepare for it or whatever the case may be. And there was never a wolf there. And then one day, there actually was a wolf there. And the boy was like running and telling everybody, there's a wolf, there's a wolf. And nobody believed him. And then the wolf mauled that boy to death. And he dragged his dead body through the streets of the town. I don't know if that last part happened, but there really was a wolf.
And if you are fat and don't necessarily find that thing fatphobic, but another fat person says it's fatphobic, it's still fatphobic.
What? What? So if you're fat and you're like, I don't think it's that fatphobic, but another person does say that it's fatphobic, then it is. So if anybody calls out the phrase fatphobic, then it is, and there is no debate. This is so bizarre.
Honestly, why is this so hard to understand?
Because it doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? What are you guys not getting about this? I can breathe underwater. Okay, man. No. Just because you say it's so doesn't mean it's so. And like Weezer said, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Alright, there is time for one more clip.
Have you ever noticed the ways that people in larger bodies are treated differently than people in smaller bodies?
No, I have not.
Let me give you some examples. Someone who is in a smaller body eats everything on their plate and people think that it's impressive and say things like, I don't know where you fit all that food. Someone in a larger body eats the same amount of food and receives judgment and criticism and is seen as having a lack of willpower.
Perhaps because people assume that the person living in a larger body has done this many times, so they're not at all shocked because you have to eat in excess to become larger. Alright, let me give you an analogy. Let's say that your friend Joe never drinks, and he's like a smaller dude, he's thin, and he goes to the bar and he puts down like 10 shots of vodka, and then he's just chilling there like it ain't even touching him. You're like, damn, Joe, what the heck? And then you have your friend Mark, who is an alcoholic who drinks all the time, and he gets completely out of control every time he drinks, and everybody hates to be around him when he drinks. They're not going to congratulate him and start slow clapping when they see him go to the bar. They're going to beg him not to go to the bar because they know that he has a problem with alcohol. Somebody living in a larger body typically got there from eating in excess. Typically. Unless you can just pull calories from the air, like I've said before. I've been working on that one for a while myself. It doesn't work. An overweight person is to food as an alcoholic is to alcohol.
Someone in a smaller body walks into a doctor's office with joint pain and they are treated for joint pain. Someone in a larger body walks into that same doctor's office with joint pain and they are told to lose weight.
Somebody who does not smoke goes into a doctor's office complaining of lung pain. The doctor's like, whoa, what the heck? Let's do some tests on you. A smoker goes into a doctor's office complaining of lung pain. The doctor says, quit smoking, buddy. It just makes good sense when you actually think, right? Are we pretending that gravity isn't real again? I've got some very heavy dumbbells that I can give to you, and you can take them up those 18 stairs, those 18 deadly stairs that go up to my second floor. Do that a few times. Tell me if it's easier holding the dumbbells or not holding the dumbbells. Tell me how your knees feel if you were to carry those dumbbells around all day, every day. Look at the look on Bethany's face. Dude, come on, man.
Someone in a smaller body can walk into pretty much any clothing store and find something that fits pretty easily. Someone in a larger body walks into those same stores and cannot find something that fits their body.
Okay. Yeah, because they only make clothes from whatever size to whatever size. Once you go beyond the norm, you're going to have to go searching for clothing in all kinds of wacky places, like online or to the clothing store that specializes in larger clothing. So it is your position, and you submit, that a store such as Walmart or JCPenney or whatever that sells clothes should have clothing sizes ranging from extra, 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 extra small all the way up until like a 20 extra large or whatever the largest human being on earth is. They should sell clothing that could accommodate somebody who is 1,000 pounds as well as somebody who has a restrictive ED. That wouldn't be good for business because with supply and demand, they just keep the stuff in stock that is most widely used, and they reorder the most of the things that go the quickest. That's what the store manager does. They're like, man, we keep running out of mustard. You better order more mustard in the future. Stop just ordering 10 things of mustard. Order 20 or 30 things of mustard. Like it's just supply and demand. The average person doesn't weigh 400 up to 1,000 pounds, so it would not be economically viable to keep those items stocked in the store and have somebody going around folding these clothes and putting them up there when like 0.1% of the time somebody actually comes in to buy it. Simple economics, baby. What are we doing?
Someone in a smaller body buys ice cream and chicken nuggets from the grocery store and no one bats an eye. Someone in a larger body has those same things in their cart.
And nobody notices or cares either. Would be a proper end to this statement. Yeah, in the grocery store, you bought junk food and people started giving you a hard time. Yeah, no. I've seen plenty of overweight people buying junk food. Nobody gives them a hard time. Nobody cares. Everybody's worried about what's in their own cart.
And they are judged for it.
By who? The checker? The checker at the store is like, boop, boop. But whoa, 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 whoa. What is this, ice cream? What do you think you're doing? Go put this back. Go put this back right now. I care, as a minimum wage employee who just sees tons of garbage food going across this conveyor all day, I give a shit about what you're eating, madam. I knew that this would happen one day. All right, Bethany, you don't have to get all possessed on us. Look, now she's turning into a freaking poltergeist over here. Oh my goodness. The level of fatphobia has made her start becoming possessed by a demon, as we can clearly see.
These are all examples of weight stigma or weight bias in which there are stereotypes or discrimination against people because of their weight.
Okay, and what products are you selling, person on the right? Because you seem really concerned about this group of people that you don't necessarily fit in with. Are you selling some sort of coaching services or something?
And it actively harms humans every single day. Weight stigma increases chronic stress levels and risk of developing certain diseases, and it also...
Weight stigma increases stress and risk of certain diseases. Unlike obesity, which doesn't increase your risk of anything, right? It's not like the diabetes, the hypertension, the heart problems, the joint problems. All of those problems are meaningless. It's the stress that you got from somebody stigmatizing you because of your weight. That's the real problem. It doesn't matter if you can get up off the couch without rocking 3 or 4 times. You got stressed out because the guy at the store looked at you a little weird when you picked up 20 ice creams.
Decreases the quality of medical care that people receive.
Obesity is bad for your health, madame. Okay? If you go to the doctor, Mr. Healthman, he is going to tell you that. If you don't want to hear it, stop going to the doctor. And if you constantly need medical care, maybe that should be your sign.
Are in larger bodies. Weight stigma results in a 60% increased risk of death.
What? 60%? Dude, you are lying through your teeth. 60%? Oh my gosh, I better be concerned. What? No, you're making all of this up. You get a 60% increase in your risk of death by being stigmatized for your weight. How? Why? The stress of the words that another person said to you hurts you more than the countless medical conditions caused by obesity? Shenanigans and lies. Where did you get these very specific figures from? You clearly pulled them right out of your rear end.
Even when BMI is controlled for.
Even when BMI is controlled for. What?
We need to stop judging people because of their weight. Everyone deserves respect and equal treatment.
Everybody does deserve respect and to be treated equally. I agree. However, stigmatizing somebody because of their weight does not increase their risk of anything. Lying to people and telling them that obesity is not harmful does far more harm than any sort of stigmatizing. Alright, so I don't think we should go around harassing people about their weight or anything, but when we go around spreading misinformation like saying that stigmatizing people based on their weight increases their mortality rate by 60%, yeah, no, that's a straight up lie. Obesity increases your risk of several different problems, and it's a preventable risk. Your heart, your lungs, your blood, your joints, your internal organs. You can get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease just from consuming too much sugar. Because as I've said before, sugar is processed in your liver just like alcohol because it's a toxin. Hard disagree with everything that person said. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.